Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, we're going to be talking about sort of the upcoming updates for Grand Theft Auto Online and a little bit more, and all the questions that you guys had for me. So let's start in kind of chronological order. We know Transform races are coming out next. This question comes from Greek Beast. He says, how many Transform races do you think Rockstar will release? So I want to say it's going to be like 12 or 16 or something like that. It's got to be at least a handful, because they're not unleashing the creator, at least for a little bit. So if they do anything less than that, I can see people getting bored pretty quickly. So I would say that they're probably going to do around 12 to 16 of the Rockstar created Transform races, which should be pretty cool and should be pretty enjoyable. And once again, in case you're unaware, those are coming out in just a couple days on Tuesday, October 17th. So that's going to be pretty awesome. All right, we have another question from Matthew that is, do you think the Coil Cyclone will come out on Tuesday with the Transform races? So I'm actually not sure. I thought they were going to do that, but then I started thinking to myself, well, do Rockstar want people to focus on the Transform races and not on a new car? Would adding the Transform races and a new car be too much? And honestly, I'm torn. It's 50-50. I think there's a good chance that there could be no new vehicle on Tuesday, only the Transform races, but I also think that Rockstar might add the Coil Cyclone as well, because the Transform races might help sell it. You're like, oh, brand new races, well, I might as well get this new car to help me win some of those races. That might be the thinking of some players in the game. So I don't really know. But let me know in the comment section down below what you think. Do you think the Coil Cyclone will be coming out on Tuesday with the Transform races, or will the races be the only thing that are added? All right, moving on to the next question from Gamer Swift. They said, what is your favorite feature you're most looking forward to in the Transform races? So this is a good question. I am most definitely looking forward to the warps. That looks pretty awesome. I'm imagining it's like a teleportation to a random part of the map. How cool would that be? You're on top of Mount Chiliad, and then you're on Vespucci Beach. I think that's going to be pretty fun, so I'm most definitely looking forward to the warps. I think that's going to be pretty awesome, but obviously just the Transform races in general, you know, transforming from land, air to sea is a pretty cool concept in general. Moving on, we have another question from Tyler that is, are you personally looking forward to the Transform races, and how long do you see yourself playing them for? So Tyler, I'm definitely excited. I wouldn't say I'm like over the top thrilled, because at the end of the day, it's not a whole lot that's new. We got Cunning Stunts over a year ago. Then about half a year ago, we got these special vehicle circuit races, and now we're getting Transform races. So it's really not all that new. It's just kind of a different twist, but I am still excited. And then the second part, how long do you see yourself playing for? Probably once or twice each. I mean, the fact that Rockstar aren't allowing the creators to build their own custom races at first is a little bit of a bummer. So I'll probably jump back in there once, you know, the amazing community has created some awesome races. But as far as the Rockstar ones go, probably once or twice each, and that'll be enough for me to enjoy them. This next question from ZZ says, if the Transform races come out next Tuesday, how much money do you think we will make from winning them if we have 2 times money in RP? So obviously there's no guarantee that there'll be double money in RP. There is a good chance there is, just that's typically what Rockstar do. And as far as the Rockstar created ones, probably not a ton of money. But once the custom created ones come out, that's when you'll probably see making a good amount of money from stunt races. Stunt races are pretty profitable in general, but when you add that double RP and cash them, they become very lucrative. So it will definitely be interesting to see what Rockstar do and if it is a great way to make money. We're really just going to have to wait and see, though. Up next, we have a question from Ozzy that is, do you think the Halloween update will release at the same time as the Transform races do? So this question was kind of confusing, and that's why I kind of wanted to answer it. Will it release at the same time? Like, yeah, it's going to be like at 4:30 or 5 a.m. In the morning. Now, as to what day it's going to be, I'm not sure. Now, a lot of people are probably looking at their calendar and saying, well, Halloween's on October 31st. October 31st is on a Tuesday. Rockstar will probably just introduce the Halloween update on that Tuesday. However, all the other holiday updates that they've done have not been released on a Tuesday. They've always been the Friday before. So it could be October 27th when we see the Halloween update as compared to on the actual day itself. But as far as it releasing at the same time, like early in the morning for us here in the United States, yeah, that's going to be the case, and that's going to be the way the Tunables update, because all it is a Tunables DLC after all. Moving on, we have a question from Jason that is, I've heard rumors that the Vigilante might be a limited time Halloween car. Is this true? Will it go away after Halloween? So although we know nothing official, we can take a look at what Rockstar has done in the past. And what they've done in the past is that every Halloween vehicle has disappeared unless you've purchased it. Now, the only reason the Vigilante is different is for two reasons. Number one, it's really expensive, and Rockstar might not want to take it away from people because they want people to spend their money on it. And number two, it isn't upgraded in the Los Santos custom shop. It's upgraded in the Mobile Operations Center. And Rockstar might have some like weird thing about that where they might not want to necessarily take it away. My guess is that it's going to be a limited time vehicle, just like all the other ones, so you'll only have the 1 to 2 week period to end up purchasing it before all of that content ends up going away. So you need to buy the Vigilante, most likely. Otherwise, you might lose your chance to get it forever. All right, moving on, we have another question from Emilio that is, hey Ross, since Rockstar technically confirmed a new business type of update, what do you think it could be? So even though Rockstar didn't use the word business, they used weaponized vehicles, they used property. There's a good chance we're getting another business update in the game. And they've done so many of them, so it's not unlikely to expect another one. I would personally love to see like nightclubs like Bahama Mamas, Cockatoos, Tequila La. Places like that would be pretty awesome to run, but I think Rockstar's probably going to dip their toe back into like another weaponized update, probably like a gun running part 2. Maybe it'll have to do more with watercrafts or water vehicles or a naval or sea update. That would still be pretty awesome in my opinion, but I wish they would kind of go in a different direction, maybe one that didn't have to do with like going to point A, point B, delivering this business sort of update. I wish they would kind of do something a little bit different, maybe a passive update like what we saw with Cunning Stunts over a year ago. Moving on, this next question comes from Christopher, and he says, what do you believe that the December update will contain? And will it have any new supercars? So we don't really know a whole lot so far. Rockstar said there will be upgrades to the Legendary Motorsports site. They also said that there will be weaponized vehicles, new properties, and more. But there's a good chance there's going to be supercars. So every update for the last year has had a supercar except for bikers. In fact, I think the bikers update is like the only one since they moved over to the current generation systems that didn't have a supercar. Rockstar likes supercars, they know we like supercars, and they know they can price them really expensive. So I guarantee you in the next update there will be a new supercar. It just makes sense, and it certainly follows Rockstar's agenda. Now, speaking of supercars, we have a question from Mike that is, do you see Rockstar ever releasing more hybrid vehicles into GT Online? The BMW i8, for example. So that car right there would be pretty cool. Believe it or not, there's actually a lot of like sort of hybrid vehicles in the game. For example, the T20 is based off of the McLaren P1, which, believe it or not, is a hybrid supercar as well. So I think it would be awesome if they added more vehicles like that into the game. The Coil Cyclone, which should be coming out soon, is electric. So that's kind of similar ballpark. But the BMW i8 would be awesome. It'd be really cool to see other Tesla cars. So yeah, that would be a great addition into Grand Theft Auto Online if we were to see some pretty particularly cool vehicles like that. All right, our next question comes from Angel, who says, do you think secretly Rockstar have been working on a single-player DLC? That's why all the updates have almost been the same. No, I don't think single-player DLC exists anymore. I think they canned that project. And as far as why the updates are the same, because it's an easy formula that Rockstar could just kind of follow. They can add vehicles, add a business, add a couple adversary modes, and then boom. And it doesn't require a lot of work from them because we know their team is basically split into 4s. They have a team working in Grand Theft Auto Online, on other Rockstar games, probably on the next Grand Theft Auto, and of course one on Red Dead Redemption 2. So, like I said, they're pretty much split right now. So the copy and paste sort of updates, like Smuggler's Run was basically gun running with a different facility and different types of vehicles and, you know, a little bit of a different layout. But for the most part, it was relatively the same. And as far as the future updates going online, those are probably the ones we're likely going to expect just because they work so well for Rockstar. And it's been working well for them in terms of, I guess, being able to produce content quickly, but also making money for themselves too. All right, and our final question today comes from Nathan, and that is, do you think GTA Online will ever actually receive a map expansion, such as Vice City, Liberty City, etc.? So I think the answer to that is no. That would require a ton of work from Rockstar. They would have to do more dialogue. They would have to do more animations. That would require a ton. I mean, there's a good chance the next GTA, whether it's called GTA 6 or whatever the case is probably a year or 2 or 3 into development. So they're likely going to save a new city for that. The most I could see ever happening to online as far as map expansions go would be North Yankton. but even that's kind of a far stretch, and I really don't ever see Rockstar doing that. But anyways, that's all the questions that I'm going to be answering in this week's Q&A video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did and you want to get involved in the next one, all you got to do is go down in the description, follow me on Twitter, and use that hashtag AskBoss, and you might find yourself featured in the next one. If you did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.